All right, howdy folks. Y'all see two vehicles here. One's a little Chevy, one's a little, it's a 2015. The other one is an 06 Town and Country. This thing right here is basically set for 2.5 years. It went down. We needed a little help with it, couldn't get the help, so we bought this right here. We called the place. She found it online. And she found the place, she found the car, she liked it. They even brought it to us. That's where we bought the van too.
Yeah.
Same place. Well, 2.5 years, this thing started to develop a problem. It's like it's got a little skip in it. I've done some YouTube. I'm thinking it might be the coil pack. It's either that or the valve cover, the PCV valve. But I'm thinking coil pack because coil packs give that top problem from time to time. So she's gonna work with the budget and see about getting a coil pack for it. We can still drive it, but since it does have that problem, I've been letting this thing sit. We brought it back down to us. It still sat. We put a new battery in it. Well, the battery died, so I had to jump it off with this one. But it was just enough to keep from cranking. All it needed was a little boost. I let it run for a long time while I aired these tires up because they'd all got down to around 20 PSI. They're supposed to be at 44. Well, they're now at 44 PSI. It was running a little rough. Of course, it's got gas in it from 2.5 years ago. So we're going to run through that, put some gas treatment through it. When we go to fill it up next, we got to run the old gas out, a little less than 3/4 tank. We get run through that, we'll put some fresh in it, put some gas treatment in it, and run the dickens out of it. See if it can't clean up them injectors and lines and stuff a little bit. I got to get some headlamps for it. As y'all can see, these are crusted up really bad. I was going to see about buffing them out, because the last time I looked at headlamp assemblies, these things were over $400 a piece. Well, I've been going through a little place online called rockauto.com. They have different makers. Now the Mopar ones are still over $300 a piece. But I found some on there by a different maker that around 40, 50 bucks a piece. So instead of trying to put the work in and wear myself out on these, I'm taking, when we get the money, I'll put me some brand new ones in this sucker. And then I'm going to get me some of the expensive bulbs to where I can really bright up the night. Yeah, we getting older, we're hard to see anyhow. So I'm going to do that. I need a couple of door lock switches in it. Shoot, I found on there that less than 20 bucks a piece for those, so I'm going to get those and see if that does the trick. You know, as we get the money to be able to do it. You know, being disabled, limited income, all like that, you know, you got to plan things real good. That's where she comes in, because she's really good at handling the money.
Yeah, what he ain't told y'all, that's the Piggy Mobile.
That's my Piggy Mobile.
This is mine.
That's hers. This is my truck. Don't say it ain't. It's got a camper on it. You see all that? It's even got a door on each side.
It's locked.
It's got one of them doors like that on each side. It's got one in the back.
You can see we've got the seats down. I don't know if y'all can, what y'all can see in there. I got the over there.
Yeah, it's got 2 seats here. And it's got 2 seats there, and still leaves, when those are up, still leaves a little room in the back. But shoot, you know, if I have to haul some 2x4, some plywood or something like that, just set them things down. Or a big grocery haul, just set them things down.
Yep.
Look at all that room. You got a truck bed back there.
That's it. Covered truck when it's raining.
That's it. So that works out good. So I get the switches for the door locks.
Oops, y'all, I hit my arm.
Fix that. I'm going to get some plugs and plug wires for it because it ain't like the car. It's a little bit older. So it still has plug wires. This little car, instead of plug wires, it's got a coil pack sits right on top of the plugs. No plug wires. That blew the Piggy's mind. And fairly easy to get to. You just flip a top plastic lid, take it off. There's the coil pack. You take a couple of hex bolts out, pull the coil pack off. Down in there's your spark plugs. Easy enough. Even the Piggy could do it. And the Piggy is going to do it. As soon as we get budgeted to where we can order that stuff through Rock Auto. Because folks, let me tell you, rockauto.com is a lot cheaper than going through your local auto parts store. Let me tell you. I looked up coil pack for this thing. They have them anywhere from $60 to $90, depending on the manufacturer that you get. I looked it up at one of our local auto parts store. It's almost $200. And probably for one of the cheaper ones. I think I like Rock Auto's price better. And that's not counting shipping. I don't know what it would be with shipping, but we get the money to order this stuff. To where, you know, a leading Piggy on the go can be a thing. We thinking about doing that. That's what we call our little jaunts when y'all see like the geese that you saw on the road and all like that. But those are some of the things, some of the projects that are ahead of the Piggy. Now, the Piggy ain't no mechanic. Piggy used to have some mechanic help, but there's some things to that. But you know what? That's all right. There's YouTube. I look stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's something that I could possibly do, I'm going to do it. That way I don't have to ask for help. And then if we find out later that I found out a little something, and then I get help offered because of that little something, you know, the Piggy asks for help, and it gets denied, and you ignore me. And you come back later because I found out another little something, makes it look bad for you that you didn't act on that request for help. Don't come to me later and offer that help, because the Piggy by then has done resolved to do it himself. That's just how the Piggy is.
Yep.
You know, and that's just how it's got to be. That's one of the reasons the Piggy is the way the Piggy is. You know, the Piggy don't like to ask for help. But if the Piggy does, he thought he could trust you enough to be able to ask for that help. And you deny it, and it's because you've been coerced to do something else to keep from helping me. I got nothing for you. I don't need you. I needed you when I asked. You know, so that's the deal on that.
Yeah.
But that's what I got ahead of me with this thing. Not even replace the battery on this thing might solve another problem. To replace the battery on this thing, we used to get a sensor from one of the tires with the old battery. Well, it's setting up and everything. It finally went totally dead. And so we replaced it. And I had to base it out today because I've been letting it sit for the last couple of months or however long I've had it up here. And that sensor light that shows up for the tire on this thing right here didn't show up. Even when I went over bumps, it used to cause it to show up. So a low or bad battery might be the problem behind a lot of things when you're trying to figure out what's wrong with your vehicle. Check the basics first. Your oil, your water, your battery, all that. If that battery's got some age on it, change that sucker. It might solve a whole slew of problems. So, that's where we're at. That's what's coming up. That's what's ahead of the piggy. But we're getting there, folks. That's all I got.
Yeah. Ready?
That's all I got.